What is up, everybody? Bootman here, and we're back with another Marvel Snap video. And Ravonna Renslayer is a brand new card coming out this week, and I don't typically do videos like this, but I feel like this one needs to be discussed. But I wanted to ask the question, should you get Ravonna Renslayer, all right? It is, very difficult to get all of these spotlight caches. Tokens are a scarce resource. They're harder to get than ever. So I want to have an honest discussion about this card before it comes out because there's a little bit of an issue in the Marvel Snap community of cards getting overhyped, and I don't want you wasting your valuable resources if you don't have to, all right? But before we get started, if you're new here, hi, my name is Chris. I also go by Bootman. I typically do a bunch of different deck card strategies, all that kind of stuff to help you become a better Marvel Snap player. So if you're into that, make sure you subscribe, ring that notification bell. You can also follow me over on Twitter at BootmanMSTZ if you want to be part of our monthly season pass giveaways. And I've been trying to stream a little bit more over on Twitch. Everything you need is linked down in the description below. All right, so Ravonna Renslayer coming out this week. One of the good things is Ravonna will be a Series 4 card. So Ravonna Renslayer, she is a 3/3 ongoing. Your cards with 1 or less power cost 1 less. That's pretty dope. Any type of cost reduction is amazing. We see that she's a 3 cost already, so it's like, can you toss her into surfer builds, all that, right? But yeah, anyways, our boy Drewberry, if you're not following Drew, which many of you probably are, go check out Drewberry. He is an amazing YouTube creator. He makes a ton of like unique videos that a bunch of other people aren't creating. I love him, but he also writes over at snap.fan. And yeah, so he did this whole write-up on Ravonna. He also did a video on her, but let's jump into it. He made this cool graphic showing what cards are discounted by Ravonna. Because again, she's only a 3/3, anything that's 1 or less, it was 1 or less power, right? Yeah, 1 or less power costs 1 less. So here are all the cards, which is nothing to sneeze at, all right? So we got Collector, Forge, Angela, Mobius. I'm not gonna name all of these. You guys can see it, all right? So this is pretty legit. A lot of what people are looking at is mostly Mr. Negative decks, like Mr. Negative decks, because yeah, like if you don't negative all your stuff, like getting some cost reduction is like the next best thing. I typically run like a Sarah in some of my negative decks just to get the cost down, but like Iron Man and Mystique. Now Iron Man and Mystique are just like a viable turn 6 play, right? Because you'll have a 4 cost Iron Man, a 2 cost Mystique, and you can just bam, bam, lay them down on there, okay? But yeah, there's also a lot of other popular cards in here, like, we have like your Angelas, your Bishops and stuff, but Angela, you kind of want to get down a little bit early. Bishop, if you can get like a bunch of cards down, turn 6, that can be explosive. So I do think Ravonna is going to be an amazing card. I think she's going to be amazing. Cost reduction is always a very good thing. Anytime you can reduce your costs, it's amazing. But here's the problem, and here's why I want to make this video. Because I was over on Twitter and I'm like, I'm not sold. I said, I'm not sold on Ravonna Renslayer. I was honestly saying, I was like, the only card that I've skipped in quite some time, because I'm collection complete, the only card I've skipped in a long time is Lady Deathstrike. And when they finally buffed her, I ended up just buying her. I have a crap ton of tokens. So keep that in mind too, how many tokens you have and everything as well, right? But I was like, I think Ravonna is gonna be the other card that I skip. But then I remembered that Ravonna is a Series 4. So I'm like, you know what? Screw it. I'll get Ravonna. And keep in mind that I have almost 50,000 tokens. Okay, I have like 50,000 tokens. I have like 13 or 14 spotlight caches saved up. So keep that in mind when you see people hyping up cards or saying they're gonna get cards. What are their resources compared to yours? Because if they have a bunch, it's not gonna be a big deal if they waste it on a card. But anyways, my main reason I'm not getting Ravonna, or not, I'm gonna get her, but the main reason why I want you all to be very cautious and think this thing through is because Mobius comes out the very next week, okay? So Mobius, for those of you who don't know, Mobius is a 2/3. Your costs can't be increased, your opponent's costs can't be reduced. You hear that? Your opponent's costs can't be reduced. So Mobius comes out on turn 2, and then what, you play Ravonna on turn 3? Like, you're just not gonna be able to play Ravonna. And a lot of people's decks are gonna revolve around Ravonna. this card comes out the following week. So in my opinion, it's just not a great idea that if your resources are scarce to get Ravonna. She is just, after a week, she's not gonna be great. And here's where some of the debate is going on, right? A lot of people think that Mobius is the overhyped card. A lot of people think that Mobius is gonna die down. And here's the thing, none of us can tell the future. If you watch my last video about how the ranking system is like kind of ridiculous and like Snap creators and, you know, people are like, oh, hey, look, I'm this rank or whatever. Like, the other thing about like human psychology is that we often think that we know what's gonna happen in the future, but we don't. Like even the smartest, best predictors are not that great at it. There's this amazing dude named Philip Tetlock. He wrote this book called Super Forecasters. But anyways, Philip Tetlock, he has done like decades of research on how good people are predicting things. And like the people you see like on the news or like your favorite like sportscasters or whatever, like even they are terrible at prediction, okay? This is why like the whole stock market and people who get paid to like trade stocks and everything and they know what's gonna be, no, they don't. Philip Tetlock's research has shown like for decades now that even the people who get paid the most money to predict things are terrible at it. So what I'm getting at is none of us know what the future is, but I'm gonna lay down some arguments as to why I think this is the case. I may be completely wrong, but maybe you'll see where my arguments are coming from. I do not see Mobius as being a short-term, just kind of like, oh, this card's hyped for a little bit. No, I see this card as being a long-term great card for the same reason people are excited about Ravonna Renslayer. For the exact same reason, because cost reduction is such a powerful thing in Marvel Snap. So since cost reduction is such a powerful thing, then you know what else is powerful? Stopping cost reduction. So think about the cards that reduce cost, like you know, like Sarah, right? Like Mr. Negative. Mr. Negative's not always like super popular, but you know, he's always just like popping up. But then you have Zabu. Zabu has been part of like the best decks like since he was released, okay? Sarah has been like a staple card for ages now, all right? But aside from cost reduction, Mobius is also gonna stop Wave, okay? Wave is always coming back, even after they nerfed Wave and changed how she worked. Right now, she is one of the most popular cards in the meta, okay? Mobius stops all of those, okay? Maybe Mobius will slip in and out of the meta, but the second, like Mobius is like what Cam Best calls like a police card, right? Like the second, like even if Mobius dies down, the second that Zabu, Sarah, or Wave get even slightly popular, Mobius is gonna come right back, all right? I think this card has much more longevity than Ravonna. So, what do you do? What do you do? Ravonna is a great card. Like she would be 1,000 times better if Mobius just wasn't coming out. So I've been talking to people about this. I was actually just talking with my son about it. Like I'm gonna get Ravonna just because, like I said, I have like 50,000 tokens. She's only 3,000. So I'm gonna enjoy that cost reduction for a week. But here's the thing, because and what I've been talking with people about, because my advice to everybody always is like, listen, don't listen to me, don't listen to any other creators, don't listen to anybody, all right? If you're like unsure about a card, if you're scarce on resources, here's what you should do. Let other people get the card, let other people play with the card. See what the conversations are over the next week. See what content creators are creating. And I always tell you, do not just watch YouTube videos. I know it's shorter, I know it's easier, I know it's faster, but most creators are only showing you highlights. Every card is gonna look amazing if they're editing it to only show you the wins. So what is much better to do is to watch some streams. Watch people stream with it. Look at what the card's doing on average, right? But here's the issue with Ravonna. She's going to look amazing for a week. She's gonna look amazing for a week. And then Mobius is gonna come out. So unlike many other cards, like my advice on this kind of changes, you're gonna have to see what happens over the next 2 weeks. So like, if you have the token saved up, like maybe buy her with tokens. You know what I mean? if you're just really unsure and you're scarce on resources, all right? But if not, like, just know you're taking a gamble. Just know you're taking a gamble and you're not gonna be able to have all the information you need to make a proper decision on Ravonna, because she's gonna look amazing this first week and everybody's gonna be hyping her. You're gonna see so many videos, all this other stuff, and just know in your brain that your buddy Chris, your buddy Bootman over here, explained to you that it's all BS, all right? She's gonna look amazing for a week until Mobius comes out, all right? So I just wanna make this video to get that out there, because like, if you're like not seeing it from all angles, you might make a bad decision. And just like, I am just really about like making like educated and informed decisions. Like, if you didn't think of this, or this isn't something that you realize, that's not a bad thing. In order to make the best decisions, we need to get many different perspectives and have people, you know, discuss it and then listen to the arguments and then make a choice from there. Like I said, I could be completely wrong. Maybe Ravonna's the best card to come out this year. I don't know. But those are my arguments as to why I don't think she's gonna be that great. So if you're a whale like me, whatever, go get her. You know, but if you're scarce on resources, I think there are really, really good and interesting cards coming out this month. But I think Mobius is going to be like the next Jeff, the next Spider-Ham, the original Spider-Ham, before all the nerfs and everything, where it's just one of those cards where you're just going to want to slot it in decks, especially if you're somebody like me who enjoys not having your fun ruined by wave. Like, I love playing bounce decks. I love playing decks that like dump cards on turn 6. So this is just a card that's gonna go into a bajillion decks like that I enjoy. You know what I mean? But if you're like a Galactus player or a ramp deck player, whatever, don't get Mobius, I don't care. All right, but anyways, that's all I got for this video. If you like it, give it a thumbs up. If you're new, subscribe, ring that notification bell. Don't forget, you can follow me over on Twitter if you wanna be part of our monthly season pass giveaways, and I've been streaming a little bit more over on Twitch as well. Everything you need is linked down in the description below. All right, thanks so much for watching. Have an amazing rest of your day. I'll see you in the next one.